Our topic today is about purification in action, knowledge, righteousness, and virtue. So, uh, the sutta that we're gonna go over is Jetavana Sutta. Jetavana means the temple, the monastery that Buddha lived, which was donated by a wealthy banker called Anathapindika, and he donated that. He actually built up the temple, um, this whole temple. So anyway, this sutta is about to talk about a discussion on purification of beings, actually, not just humans, beings. So every being needs to be purified. They need purification. So we have to take a look at what kind of a purification the sutta talks about. Okay, as usual, a deity appears in this monastery, Jetavana monastery, which is built by Anathapindika. I would like to read the Pali stanzas because a lot of people are watching here too. Sutta's name is Jetavana Sutta. Idang hi tang Jetavanang isi sanghe nisevitang avuthang dhammarajena piti sanjananang mama. So this is kind of an exclamation that this particular deity thinks to oneself. The meaning, this indeed is that Jeta's grove. Now he's happy about coming to that temple, monastery now. He's in the temple now, so he's self-talking to himself. This indeed is that Jeta's grove, the monastery, Jetavana monastery, the resort of the order of seers. The seers, the individuals who looking for liberation or who have already liberated oneself. They are the ones who are surrounded by the Buddha. Dwelt in by the Dhamma king. So Buddha is described with an epithet, like a special name, king, but not the normal kingship. The king of the Dhamma, So, who is the king of the Dhamma, who teaches this precious Dhamma? So he's the only one at that point. A place that gives me joy. So the deity thinks to oneself, this indeed is that Jeta's grove, the resort of the order of seers, dwelt in by the Dhamma king, a place that gives me joy. So he's so happy about being able to come over to the temple, the monastery. Now, something interesting here, it doesn't say that Buddha talks about, Buddha recited the rest of the stanzas, but anyway, we have to find out, we have to think or guess that these verses were either recited by the Buddha, given by the Buddha or the deity. Kammang vijjacha dhammocha silang jivita muttamang etena maccha sujjanti na gottena dhanenava. Action, knowledge, righteousness, virtue, and excellent life. Now we don't need to take these words technically, because there are different other meanings. So we're gonna talk about what kind of meanings that these special words mean in Pali. By this are mortals purified. Who are the mortals? The people who are beings who are supposed to die, right? One day. So all the beings, one day they have to die. Not by clan or wealth. Kammang vijjacha dhammocha silang jivita muttamang etena maccha sujjanti na gottena dhanenava. So as I mentioned to you, the purification in the Buddhist teachings happen when someone specifically focuses on action, knowledge, righteousness, and the virtue, or what we call morality. Those are the only parameters, ways one can purify oneself. not by clan or wealth. In India, it's clan or caste is a big problem, right? People talk about clan and caste, and they stratify the whole society based on the caste. So you are from the lower caste, low caste. I'm from a higher superior caste. So Buddha had to talk, because Buddha knew that he was talking to people who were really pressurized by the caste system. So he had to use this clan, which you call, whatever your nomenclature, whatever your caste, you are not decided by your caste or the wealth, because the opposite of the people who were really pressurized by the clan or the caste were the wealthy people, the elite class. So not by the money, not by whatever the caste, but only by action, knowledge, righteousness, virtue. These four parameters are the things that one has to purify oneself. But the nicest thing is that what are these particular action, knowledges, righteousness type things, virtue? They are different things. The Pali term which is given to action is kamma. This kamma is not action, as you know in normal language, normal culture. We know kamma is good karma, bad karma. It's not that. Kamma in this context means kammanti magga chetana. That means thoughts of following the middle path. Magga chetana. I don't know how many you might know middle path. Right? Eightfold noble path. So this is the only path that takes us to the nibbana, the liberation. So this kamma means the volition or the thought in following the middle path. Vijja is the magga panya. So the wisdom that one acquires in following the path called Eightfold Noble Path. So it's not the normal secular knowledge that you get by physics or these normal sciences, humanities or social sciences. It's mainly about the wisdom that you acquire when you are following the Eightfold Noble Path, which you call the moderation, path of middle path. So kamma in this context means the thought or volition to follow the path, and vijja means the wisdom you earn or you acquire when you are into the path. Dhamma is not the teaching. The Dhamma is a generic term for teachings of anybody. So Dhamma of the Hinduism, Dhamma of the Buddha. But Dhamma in this context means something else. Dhammoti samadhipakkika Dhamma. Now, I think I discussed about the multiple meanings of Dhamma in one sutta discussion. I think long time ago. Dhamma in this context means teachings that are about concentration. Now, when we meditate, we wish to be concentrated. We wish to attain concentration, but I don't know how many of you can easily get up to that level. But our ultimate level at any point is concentration, because if we don't get concentrated, we can't do anything. So this concentration is like this peace, calmness in our thoughts. So in this context, Dhamma means concentration that leads to the wisdom at one point, liberation. So that is Dhamma in this context. So Kamma means thought or volition to follow the path, and Vijja means wisdom that you acquire in following the path, and Dhamma means concentration practice that leads to the wisdom. Sila means virtue or the morality. Now, Luke knows that at the beginning of this mindfulness meditation session, you always renew your 5 precepts, right? Maybe those were the hard places where you were trying to pronounce, right? Panadipata, Dinadana, Kamisumichachara, Musavada, Surameri, like not killing. I promise not to kill. I promise not to steal. I promise not to misbehave. I promise not to lie. I promise not to take beverages and food that could make me unconscious, that could make me not being able to make a sound judgment at any time. So that is basically morality. But sila basically means that you are very integral. You have integrity in your life. That's the essence of the sila. Like some people, they talk about something, in action they are different. They have different things. If you can see what they are doing, they are not people of action. They are not people of words sometimes. So sila in this context means, normally sila means that you are very candid, integral, honest, and you have same actions as you talk. As you act, you have the same words that you just talked about, right? But in this special context, sila means sila when you don't have honesty, then your life is not the greatest. It's not great. So sila, but in this special context, sila means vacha kamma. That means that you are calming your word speech and you are calming your actions. That means in the teachings of the Buddha, you are not killing, you are not stealing, you are not misbehaving. That's the action part. And you are not lying, you are not talking behind the back, you are not using hurtful words or conversation to put people down, and you are not a gossiper or an idle chatter. So that's how you can practice sila in this context, so that you can maintain. If you don't have sila, then you can create this sila in your life. So these are the 4 parameters, or purifiers, I would call purifiers. In your houses you have air purifier, lot of purifiers, they purify things. But these are the main purifiers in our life, spiritual life. So the first thing is action, which you call volition, thought to follow the Eightfold Noble Path, and knowledge is your wisdom that you acquire when you are on the path. Dhamma means that your concentration practice, which includes your mindfulness, and sila is your virtue in terms of your speech and action. Okay, and nobody is getting purified by wealth, money, or caste. Any being, regardless of animal, human being, any other being, they are purified only under these 4 things. And the stanzas keep going. Tasmahi pandito poso sampassang atta mattano yoniso vichine dhammang evang tatta visucchati. Therefore, a person who is wise, out of regard for his own good, should carefully examine the Dhamma, thus he is purified in it. Now, Dhamma in this context means the practice, your concentration practice, because all these speeches, actions lead you to your thoughts, right? Concentration. So that practice. So this particular wise person who is purifying oneself from all these, leading or taking oneself into the concentration practice further to a next level. Last, there's another stanza. It's a sort of guidance about someone that we can depend on. Sariputta panyaya sile nupa samenacha yopi paragato bhikkhu etava paramo siyat. Sariputta truly is endowed with wisdom, with virtue, and with inner peace. Even a monk or a nun who has gone beyond, at best, can only equal. Who is Sariputta? So Sariputta is one of the chief disciples, chief monks of the Buddha. Now you can see behind us there are 2 monks on right side and on left side of the Buddha. So on the right side you can see Sariputta. He's Venerable Sariputta, and he is said to be the most or the wisest person in the Buddhist history. So Buddha says, anyone who wants to follow this practice, make Venerable monk called Sariputta as the ideal example. So they can look at his character, they can look at how he has acquired, how he attained nibbana, and how he practiced his dhamma as an example for other people's lives, right? With virtue and inner peace. Now we're looking for the outer peace, right? Now the world is really endowed or plagued with a lot of disasters, like, you know, killings, shootings, sometimes bad things, right? But we should find out inner peace in the first place. Inner peace will lead you to the outer peace. I think if you look into the people who are really bad, maybe some individuals, you could easily see that they don't have inner peace, and that's why they ruin the outer peace of the whole universe, the world. That's why Buddha said, work on your inner peace. You can only work on your inner peace only when you purify yourself from these 4 parameters, and then you will achieve your inner peace, so that you can look at other people, and other people also need this inner peace, and then we can talk about this outer peace. So then Buddha gave an example of a person whom people can whom other monks and nuns can depend on. He is Venerable Sariputta, so he is the wisest person in the Buddhist teachings. So because they were practically asking the Buddha who we can follow, in terms of achieving these 4 parameters, or using them. Then they could see Venerable Sariputta was living at that time, alive, so that's why he was talking about him. So basically, if you can take a look at this whole sutta, it's about purifiers. So we can purify ourselves only from these 4: action, knowledge, righteousness, virtue, not by other things. So that's the main thing to understand from this sutta. So it's really nice to hear these from a deity, not from a monk, not from the Buddha. So that means even the divine beings really appreciate about the purification. Yeah.
But were there 4 purifications? Were there 4?
The purification is the thing that we talk about with these 4. There are 4 purifiers.
4
purifiers. What helps you to purify? Yeah.
Okay, I think I got 3 out of 4.
4. The first thing is your intention in following the Eightfold Noble Path. Second thing is knowledge, but this knowledge is wisdom.
Yes.
That means what you acquire before, during, and at the end of following the path, because you acquire each moment when you are into a path, right? So that wisdom, specific wisdom, when you are following the Eightfold Noble Path. And righteousness, but the problem is this English translations don't
match exactly.
Yeah, narrow down to the exact precise meaning.
Yeah.
So righteousness in English could be something that you are good, a
holy righteousness.
Holy, but it's not exactly what it means. But righteousness in this context means, so when you have the volition, when you have the wisdom, then what happens? You are working towards concentration practice. That practice, it is taken as a Dhamma. I think the problem has happened when the translators have a hard time to translate the word Dhamma. But Dhamma has multiple meanings.
Yeah.
They literally translates the Dhamma. That's why there is this English word called righteousness. The 4th one, virtue, which you call Sila.
With your word.
Yeah, I mean, you are taking care of your speech and your actions. Yeah.
But also, is taking care of your inner peace.
Yeah.
First?
That is not one of the purifiers.
Okay.
It's in the 3rd stanza. It sums up everything.
Okay.
When you are working towards the concentration practice with these 4 purifiers, then you are achieving inner peace. That is what it says, and you don't have to take that as something connected to this. But when you are purifying yourself from these 4 purifiers, you are achieving inner peace.
Right.
Because inner peace is what happens when you are after concentration practice. When you are really concentrated, that's when you start to feel, I am peaceful and I am calm. I'm calmer and more peaceful. And that is inner peace, inner whatever calmness. And then you're gonna look at outside of you to seek for the outer happiness. So the outer happiness is the biggest thing, because then it should be a cooperative thing, right? Everybody has to come up to a certain level to find peace, because different individuals are different. They have different opinions, they have different way of looking at everything. Some people like violence, some people, but not the majority. But those few individuals can ruin the whole thing in a moment. That's why it's little difficult. But if everybody can give a kind of a thing, kind of an action speech, then I hope that we can achieve outer peace.
Yeah. I understand.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay.
It's clear.
Okay, so let's wrap this up by sharing all the good karmas with the departed relatives and the deities. May all the good karmas be shared by all the departed relatives who passed away in the name of all of us. May they be happy and peaceful. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idam me nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Also, let's share all the good karmas with the deities who protect and bless all of us. May all the deities be happy and peaceful. May they protect and bless all of us for good health, long life, and all the prosperity. May deities also attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavata cha amhi sambatam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavata cha amhi sambatam punya sampadam sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavata cha amhi sambatam punya sampadam sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Akasattha ca Bhummatta Devanaga
Mahindika Punyantang
Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Lokasasanang. Akasattha ca Bhummatta Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Desanang. Akasattha ca Bhummatta Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Mang Paranti. Finally, let's make a great wish. May all the good karmas we've been collecting from the beginning help all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now we monks going to bless Luke with couple more stanzas. Abhivadana silis nichang vadda pachayino chattaru vaddhanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti
Sagga Sampatti
mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminate saminjatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, for the next 2 Saturdays, Mondays, I'm not gonna be here. I am gonna be in Kamloops and Vancouver for a retreat I'm conducting, and then in the States, New York and Boston. So he will be taking care of
Okay.
the 2 sessions.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's